What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator with me, the Virtual Mechanic, and today's project, the Mayen T8, one of the new cars from the Drag Racing DLC. We all know what this is based on. We don't need to say it out loud. Looks absolutely incredible. You've got a little frunk up here with a nice little slot for the battery and the brake servo or booster, whatever you want to call it. And then down here, you've got that beautiful new engine in there, looking absolutely incredible. Double air filters looking sweet. That's pretty sick. I am liking that. Looking awesome. Yes, this is the Mayen T8. This is the standard edition. There is like an upgraded performance sort of variant. We've just got the standard one today. Got it from the nice auction house. It's in very, very good condition. As I said, it's the new engine. It is the V12. V12? It's not. It's a V10 overhead valve MT8 engine with 525 factory horsepower. That's pretty good. Did we get a good deal? We did. A very good deal. 151,567 is what we paid for it. And we could sell it right now as it is for 163,814, making a profit of 12,247. That's pretty good. Loving the look of this. Before we get stuck in, there is normally a car here, but my game has all gone wrong. I'm just going to go and show you my parking real quick. If I just load this up, this is the outside parking spaces. I'm just going to go to the back and show you where a lot of my personal cars are. As you can see, for some reason, a lot of them have just died for absolutely no reason. And when I say a lot of them, it is an absolute lot of them have just died for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Loads of my mod cars have all just gone and disappeared. I've got no idea why. So we're off to a very, very bad start. I've spent the past couple of hours trying to fix that and have not started what I'm supposed to be doing yet. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So I'm very far behind. So I apologize if this one feels a little bit rushed. But let's get stuck into this. Let's get this beautiful Mayen T8 over to the car wash, get it cleaned up, and start getting everything stripped down. Here we are at the car wash. Let's just get it cleaned. Let's jump straight in. There we go. We know it's pretty black and in pretty good condition, if we're being honest. Let's get over. We want to get the interior done. There we go. And then get this beast back on the lift, get that engine ripped out, and get everything stripped down. That's the T8 in the air. We need to get underneath and check for that oil pan. It is there, nice and beasty. So we need to get that all drained out. Over we go. And let's get you drained out. I don't know how bad you're going to be. Very, very clean, in all honesty. That's pretty good. And quite a lot of it as well. Quite a lot coming out of that. How many miles were on this? 66,000 kilometers. So still quite a lot of mileage considering how clean that was. This is obviously rear wheel drive. So we do need to get these rear wheels off before we start, along with the drive axles as well. So I'll crack on with that and I'll be back in just a moment. There we go. Wheels and drive axles off. Let's get in and get this gearbox out. Where's the starter? Hiding in there. I can't even get to it. Let's go that way. There we go. Nice and easy. In there we go. And then this big old gearbox hidden behind this exhaust. In fact, let's just rip this middle muffler out and these end exhaust tips off you come. Front exhaust sections as well. While we're here, we might as well strip all of that out. Now we can grab that gearbox. Nice and easy. Out you come. Fantastic. Let's get this back on the ground and let's get this V10 ripped out of here and see what we've got going on in the engine bay and then on the suspension underneath. Up you come. I did not mean to double tap there. Out we go. We did get everything fantastic. That's what we like to see. And then what have we got in here then? So we got a coolant reservoir, a power steering reservoir, fuse box off with your lid, ECU, and then 2 air filters. We'll just get these clips off of here and get these lids off these air filters. Out you come, out you come. Just check we've got all 4 on each one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Fantastic. We do have all of them on there. Brilliant. So let's jump down to the front and see what we've got down here. Oh, God, that was too far. So we've got another fuse box here, so we need to get you off. Then we've got a radiator here, and a radiator here with an ABS pumper module down here. Let's get the fuel pump out with the fuel tank, brake servo, wishy-washy reservoir, and the big old battery. Let's just grab that battery out. Can I reach these from here? I cannot. So we want to go a little bit closer. What about here? Still no. What if I jump onto the fuse box? So I can't get these in one go, which is a bit of a shame. What if I jump to this fuse box and spin around to say here? Can I reach them all? I can reach them all from here. So we're going to right click, additional tools, drain tool, and let's get all of these liquids containers drained out. Click and hold on the container and I'll be back in just a little while. There we go. That's all the liquids drained. At least I think it is. Couldn't quite see them all, but let's start ripping them out. Out with the power steering, out with the coolant reservoir, and we'll get the rest of these air filters out while we're here. That's all of that cleared. I'll come back to the fuse box later. Out with the ECU, jump down the front, out with the wishy-washy reservoir and the brake servo. Fuel tank will be a bit later. ABS pumper module just down here, hiding away. Nice and easy, out you come. And then obviously we've got the 3 radiators and their fan housing kit. The middle one is the double fan. The 2 outside ones are only single fans. A little bit of random knowledge for you there, but there we go. That's all of that stripped out. Looking good. As I said, I will come back and get the fuse boxes just a little bit later on. But let's get underneath here and see what's going on with this front and rear suspension. So it is a double wishbone. That's nice and easy. We can see that. We've got the sway bar end link. We've got the inner and outer tie rod. We've got the hubcap and the bearing in there as well with 1 and 2 rubber bushings. Fantastic. As we got it all on the other side. Both of the wishbones. We've got the bushing bearing even. We've got the hubcap. Both bushings and the inner and outer tie rod plus the sway bar end link. That's all there as well. Down the back, we should have a bearing in there. We do indeed, plus the both of the wishbones. Looking good. And on the other side, bearing and both the wishbones. Drive axles were already in. Wheels were already on. We pretty much knew that was complete, but it's just good to see it all and get the rest of this stripped. Get that engine stripped down, and then we'll work on the bodywork. Time to get this T8 all stripped down and ready to go. Let's just start taking it off. Off with the hood, off with the bumper, out with the headlights. I don't know if they need to be specifically done in that order, but I have noticed it's a thing that has started coming in. Windshield, doors, off you come. Doesn't look like there's anything else here. That's not a part. That's the wheel, never mind. Off with the rear bumper, out with that plate as well. Let's get the whole trunk there. Tail lights. Is that a secondary little window? That is a secondary little window in there. What else have we got? That looks to be everything. So let's just get this interior out of here. Out you come, and out you come there. And let's see if we have got everything. 8%, so we're missing loads. Front fender and front right. Oh, they're tiny little pieces down there. Couldn't even see them. There we go. That should be everything off now. There's nothing in there. Down to 1%. Absolutely fantastic. What we at? 81% for the frame, and we paid 151,000. I'm going to say 950. 1,750. I'm still bad at that, but never mind. Now, with the T8, you've obviously got the normal shop wherever it is. That's everything in there. Nice and easy for you to find. But if you go to the body tuning shop, there are also a few bonus parts there. You've got a different front bumper there, different rear bumper, different hood, and optional head and tail lights there as well. Fantastic. Let's get all of this sorted. I am probably going to be putting the alternate bumpers on there, the alternate hood, and the alternate lights. We'll see how it goes. I'll get it all back together, and I'll meet you back here in just a little while. Time to get this little T8 all back together then. Let's just jump into it, starting with the doors, because they were as they were. Let's just get the windows in and the mirrors. The windshield in you go, and we've also got that front right fender there. We'll just nip round to the other side and get all of these pieces in as well. On you go, in you go, and on you go. Now we'll jump into the hood. I've got both hoods, so I'll show you the original hood. It's got the little badging on there. It does look pretty smart still, but not what we're going for. So off you come, and then back on with the alternate hood there. And as you can see, no badging with that little grille just matching across the front there. That looks pretty smart. Right headlight, this is the new one. Very squared out, looking quite nasty and evil. And I'll just chuck an old one in here quickly so you can see it. Bit more rounded, little bit, you know, still quite mean looking, just not quite as mean as them square ones in my opinion. Out you come, otherwise I will forget about you and wonder why it's not 100%. There we go. Front bumper. Let's just throw the old one on very quickly. You can see a little bit of difference there. This has got some fins down here and some bigger openings. Throw the old one on. It's very nice. Don't get me wrong. It still looks absolutely fantastic. But this one definitely looks a lot meaner and a lot more in your face. And you know how much I like that. That's the front. Let's move down to the back. We'll throw that rear window in first. Then we'll get this trunk piece on and then this window piece in there. We've got the left tail light. Let's go for the old one. A very vibrant red on there. And then the new one is just them LED lights. Looking absolutely fantastic. So let's put you back to what you should be or what you are going to be for the final build. And then the rear bumper. There's two different options again. One is just a huge grill all the way across. The other one has got some bodywork in it. We'll throw that one in. Still, again, it looks very cool. Just not quite as mean and as aggressive as we're going for today. So let's get you on there. Look at that. That sticks out absolutely loads. Look how far in that goes with the air filters or whatever you want to call them. I'm assuming the air filters suck in air from there. Looking pretty sweet. That's most of the board. So all of the bodywork on. Let's get the license plate on. I just went for a drag T8. I almost picked T800 as a Terminator reference, but I thought maybe not. Maybe we shouldn't go there. So let's carry on around. Let's get the interior in. Back into the normal mode, into the interior assembly mode. Steering wheel is the Mayen M3 wheel, obviously with the Mayen T8, but there we go. Looks awesome still. And then the seats, I've obviously gone for Nismos. Maybe we will throw some colour on them a little bit later on, like we did with the last build, but we shall see. Is that everything? 100%, 100%, 100%. Absolutely fantastic. Let's get over to the paint shop and check out the beautiful liveries that they've got with the Mayen T8. Here we are in the paint shop with our Mayen T8, looking absolutely fantastic. Loving this. Let's check out some of the liveries that come with this one, though. In slot number 1, straight away I can see that turn the mirrors black there and put some carbon fibre strips down the side here. That looks pretty cool. Quite like that. So what have we got in slot number 2? Exactly the same, but it changes this from carbon fibre just to straight up black. Okay, slot number 3. That's a big front to back wide racing stripe. I like that. Oh, how it tucks in at the back there at the lights. That's nice. I do quite like that one. In slot number 4. Slot number 4, this is the last one that officially you've got this red off-center stripe, which I quite like with the Mayen logo running up there, along with under the mirrors. That is quite smart, but not what we're going to go with today. I really like this one here and this one here with the carbon fiber. So what I did is I just mashed them together outside of the game and loaded it back in, and then we end up with this. So you got the black mirrors, the carbon fiber stripe there with that black stripe coming down the hood there, and it paints these little fins black as well. That's what we're going to go with today, and not in a white though. Let's go to the color pie. I do want a blue. I don't quite like that very much, so let's go for this blue. That's quite nice. Let's just make that average so we can get it a number we can remember. 225. It's a bit bright. I'm going to bring it down a little bit. It's probably a bit dark. Maybe 75. We'll put it on 75. That's looking pretty good. A nice gloss blue car with a black stripe front to back there. Some carbon fiber details, black mirrors. That's looking nice. Let's put it on. On you go. I'm happy with that. Everything's painted, ready to go back on the T8. Let's just get these shocks back together real quick. So they are white shocks with blue springs and white caps on them. Looking pretty good there. Didn't use any chrome on them today, so it does show up on the spring collector. What do we even call spring puller? There we go. I just totally forgot what to call it. Spring puller. On the spring puller, they show up when there's no chrome on them. But let's get on. Let's get all of this together. So the front cross member is in that glorious blue there, looking fantastic. Very metallic-y on all the metal parts underneath, where it's more of a gloss on the body. Let's just get the bushings in. In you go there, and in you go over here. We have a steering rack. This is in a white along with the sway bar, if I could click it in white. And the fuel tank is actually in black with a white fuel pump on there as well. Looking pretty good. The front steering knuckle is in a white. Then we've got the inner tie rod in a black and the outer tie rod in that metallic-y blue. Looking pretty good there. The bottom suspension arms and the upper suspension arms are both in a black, just to sort of separate it up a little bit. I think this is going to look pretty good when it's all together. If I'm being honest, I think it's going to look pretty smart. Let's just get you on there. White, blue, white. That looks good. And then the sway bar end link is in a blue there, just for good measure. Looking pretty good so far. The knuckle cover housing, that's in a black. Then the wheel hub itself is in that very metallic-y blue, looking fantastic. Very dark in there. Not that we'll really be able to see it that much, but it is what it is. White hubcap to coincide, to match with our white rims that we are eventually going to put on there. And then the last piece, this brake caliper is in a blue chrome because it looks so good in the chrome work there. And it really does match all these metallic effects. It looks absolutely fantastic in this blue. I am absolutely loving that. But let's jump down the back and get some of this back together. The knuckles in the white, we've already seen that. The upper and lower arms are both in black. Let's just get them on, get them in. I like this rear setup. It is very quick to work on. Very quick to work with. So in you go there, in you go there. The knuckle cover in a black. The shock we've already seen in its white and blue. Looking fantastic. Rear wheel hub in the blue as well there. Wheel hub bearing, in you go. Brake disc, and then a brake pad, and brake caliper. For some reason, this is going to let me pit the rear drive axles in without the engine or gearbox in. I don't think that's meant to happen, but there we go. The rear drive axles can't normally go in until the engine block goes in, so a bit bizarre on that one. But that's it. That's as far as I'm going to go at the moment. I will do them later when the engine's in, just to make it look a little bit better. Looking awesome. I'm going to crack on, get the other side in. We will get all the exhaust stuff done once the engine is in, because it kind of matches with it and it looks pretty good. So I'll be back in a minute, then we'll sort out that engine bay. Well, if you ask me, I think that looks absolutely fantastic in the black, white, and blue there. Very pleased with that. Looking great. Let's jump on, though. Let's get this engine bay all sorted out. Brake servo to start with. A wishy-washy radiator. Wishy-washy radiator? Wishy-washy reservoir. Battery in there as well. ABS pump, and get that module on there as well. In you go. Get you all bolted up. Nice and easy. Then up here, we got the fuse box base. Now, these are in white. I think they're going to look pretty good today. The radiators themselves are in that lovely blue. Let's just get all of these in across here. 1, 2, and 3. And then the fan housing kits are in black with the fans in chrome blue in there. Not that you'll ever see them from anywhere, but I like to do it because it looks absolutely incredible. That is looking fantastic. You can just about see the radiators from the front, very darked out there, but you'll never see the fans in the back because they're almost impossible to see. And the fuse box is hidden, so you can't see that one anyway. Let's move down the back, though. We've got some more stuff to go in. The coolant reservoir. We've got the power steering reservoir. Then we've got the air filters. Now, these are in a chrome blue, looking absolutely fantastic. And they should go with the engine by the time that's built and going in. Hopefully, that's going to look awesome. ECU Type A, in you go. And then the fuse box, in you go as well. We'll fill all of them in a bit. This does also have some lovely solid white clips on them. Solid white is the colour we've been pretty much using for most of the white throughout this build. Looking absolutely fantastic. Can I get these clips finished? Probably not. But I'll get these done. Then we're going to go and build that beautiful V10 engine. So I'll see you over there in just a little while. Here we are then. Time to get this beautiful V10 all back together. We've got the blue chrome engine block there with the black oil pan on, all the clutch and stuff already in. So let's crack on with reassembly. First off, we've got a camshaft to go in there. Lovely done. Then we've got a cam gear and a timing chain just on here. Get you all finished. And then a big old front timing cover in that metallic-y blue. Not chromed out like the block. This one did accept a colour quite well, so that worked out quite nicely. Idle rollers, all of these on here are in black, looking pretty good, along with this main crankshaft pulley that's also in a black there. We've got the power steering pump in a metallic-y blue, along with the alternator also in that same blue, or at least a very similar one. The oil filter is just blacked out because it didn't want to go the colour I wanted it to go, which was white, the same colour as this water pump here, looking absolutely fantastic. Just a solid white on there. And then the water pump pulley. This one does have a new one, but in black on there, looking good. And we can do the timing belt as well, or the belt as well. And then the last idle roller just in black on there, looking sweet. There we go. That's part of it done already. Fuel filters in white. There's quite a lot of white going on this engine. Engine head A, in you go in black. Now, all of these do have a lot of bolts, but they're only little bolts, so they don't take long to do up at all. On with you. And let's just get this one on here as well real quick. On you go. And then I'll have to go in and do all of the push rods and all of the rocker arms. If I just get to a place where I can see them all, we've got lovely 10 push rods on either side. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And also 10 rocker arms on either side. So I'm just going to get all of these done quickly, and I'll be back in just a moment. Last rocker arm just going on there. That's that all taken care of. Let's just get all these spark plugs in. I can't even see them. There they are. 1, 2, 3, 4. When it goes in. And number 5 just there as well. Let's just get the ones on the other side. All of you in. On you go. In you go. Looking fantastic. And then we'll move on and we'll get these engine head covers on to see what colour they are. So moving on up. Engine head cover A. The other side is just B. On we go. It's in a lovely solid white. The rest of the top of this engine is pretty white, but it looks pretty sweet. Well, at least I'm hoping it's going to look pretty sweet when we drop it in. That's that one. Let's get you on this side as well. Then we'll get them exhaust manifolds on and see what they look like. They're obviously going to resemble the rest of the colour of the exhaust. What have I gone for today? Well, I've gone for a white. just a solid white. I didn't even know if this would work on the exhaust, but it does, and it looks absolutely fantastic. And the whole exhaust setup going out through the back of the car is all in a white, and I really do think it's going to look awesome when we get it all in. A couple of pieces left to go. Ignition coils, very bizarre ones, separated but one piece in the white there as well. On you go. Then we've got some lovely ignition wires there in that metallic-y sheen blue. Looking fantastic going across there. And then the intake manifold on the top in that lovely solid white. Just to finish it off with enough bolts to hold it on for literally ever. On we go with you. And then the last piece, if I can get that last bolt, the last piece is a throttle. It's not the last piece. I lied. The last pieces are these fuel rails, which are also in that metallic blue, just to give a bit of separation at the top here. And that, well, that is looking absolutely fantastic. Really love that one. Very deep metallic blue on there with a bit of chroming on the block, but it looks the same as the metallic-y sort of colour. Then the solid white with a little bit of black just dotted around just to separate it all up. Looking lovely. I'm going to grab some pictures and then we'll get it dropped into the beautiful Mayen T8. I'll see you in a minute. Let's go and get this big old block dropped back in to the car. Off the stand you come, and let's go back in. I will say one thing. Some of my cars are back. Very peculiar. I don't know what's going on. I've got the Mustangs back, and I think I've got the Dodge Chargers back as well. But still, it's all over the shop. I don't know what's going on with it. But anyway, let's drop this beast in and see how good it looks. Let's get you put away. I like the white on the top there. You can see the finished fuse box. That's looking nice. Them chrome air filters actually look good going into that metallic-y sort of blue on the engine there. That is looking awesome. Very, very pleased with that so far. Few pieces left to go. Let's just get that closed up. We'll go up in the air, get underneath and get the gearbox and the rest of the exhaust all in, ready to go. Very open in there at the moment. So let's get you in with the gearbox in a metallic-y blue to go against that block. Looking lovely. Enjoying that. And swinging around to this side. Let's just get the starter in underneath just in a white. And then let's get all of these exhaust sections in as well. Swing around to the other side. In with you. And then this main middle muffler in that white there as well. And then the exhaust tips just in them solid whites. They are looking lovely. I am loving that. We'll just quickly get these rear drive axles in. They're just in a black going into that blue gearbox there. Where's the other one? There it is. Just about see it. In you go and on you go. And before we disappear, I just want to take a look at them exhaust tips through the end there. That white exhaust looks absolutely insane. Let's just get it dropped back down a little bit so we can see through it a little bit more. There's a lot of covering on there. I did expect to be able to see the middle muffler just a little bit through there, but you can't. But then white exhaust tips poking out the back look absolutely fantastic. Love that. That looks awesome. I'm going to get the wheels done. Liquids topped up, some windows tinted, and I shall see you all outside in the sun when this one's all finished. Here we are then, all finished with the Mayen T8, looking absolutely stunning. I say all finished, we're not quite. I've got some interior to throw back in. The game was a bit jumpy there. Don't know what was going on. I'm having loads of problems today. So I've put some blue on these lovely seats. Let's just get you in, looking fantastic. Just in the centre there, looking great. And on the wheel, we've also done some blue on the side handles there. Looking fantastic. Really like that. But let's get on and let's talk about this beautiful Mayen T8. I've really enjoyed this one today. It's been a lot of fun. You can see the white wheels on there, obviously, and that fuse box definitely stands out like a sore thumb in there. But we'll quickly talk about these rims. These are the rims 22A, and I think they look absolutely fantastic. They've got black on the inside, and I've painted them a solid white on the outside with them chrome blue brake calipers sticking through there. The fronts here are a 21-inch rim with a 235 width and a 30 profile. At the back, oh, here we go. They are the same rim. It's a 21-inch again, but it's 295 width with a 25 profile. Still 21-inch, looking absolutely fantastic. That engine looks so good in there, mostly looking white from the top, but as you go in and look at it, you can see there's blacks, metallic blue sticking all around, looking fantastic. And that white exhaust section going all the way through really is glorious. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Bit too shaded down there to really fully see it to its potential. It should look closer to them wheels, but it still looks absolutely fantastic. This has been a joy to work on, and this livery is fantastic. Let's jump inside though, check out the interior and see what this one sounds like. I think the blue on the seats really sets it off with the extra bit of blue on the wheel. Plus the car is officially blue in the screen there, so that's worked out really well. I don't know if that just happens when you paint it or not, but it's cool as. Let's get it started and see what this V10 sounds like. Very nice tick over. Enjoying that, definitely. But let's give it some gas. That is an epic sounding V10. Loving that. Sounding awesome. But let's get this one onto the dyno and see what power we've got today. Here we are then on the dyno with the Mayen T8, the drag edition we're calling it. Big old V10 in there, lots of performance parts, 525 factory horsepower. How much have we added today? Let's have a look. A gain of 521 horsepower. It says 100%. I'm going to say it's more like 99. The 525, I think, would be 100%, but very, very close to 100% there, bringing our total measured power up to 1,046 horsepower. Pretty incredible from this little car. Drag rating of A869 today. Not quite our biggest one. We normally end up in the 999. It just goes to show you can slam everything on a car and still not make it an A999. So an A869 might be quite a bit of a challenge in a tournament today. It's still where we're going to head though. Before we do that, let's see the gearbox tuning setup. There it is. I've gone for a 3.8 ratio, 111 kilometers an hour in first gear, up to 401 in sixth. I don't think we'll quite get up to the 400s, but we should get a good time on the track. The ECU tune is already done, all up to sixes. I am really got this down now, I think. I will mess it up to show you, but I figured I'm just going to try and show you it from scratch on the next video before we do the dyno. That's it for today though. No carbs on there, so it just is what it is. Let's head over to the drag strip and see if we can win a tournament finally. Hopefully we can, although this one is the lowest power out of everything we've done so far. Here we are then, back at the drag strip with the Mayen T8, and we're back to King of the Sands tournament. 1 mile strip. We are in A class, so we have to be. This could be quite difficult. £1,000 up front to pay to enter. Who is our first competition? The Ford Mustang RTR Fastback. That's going to be quite a challenge. Let's just get into it. Let's get started. When it comes to our turn, here it is. Let's get ready to go. Here we are then. That Mustang looks stunning. Loving that. Let's just get a quick glimpse of that beautiful Mustang over there. If we lose to this, this could be quite embarrassing. First run, first loss. But let's get in. Let's go. Let's get started. There we go, off the line, into second, up into third. Very quick gear changes in this one. Into fourth, into fifth, just the 1 gear left to go. Where's our opponent? We are still in the lead, that is all right. I think we're going to make it through the first round, potentially. Still in the lead at the moment. Come on, Mayen, you can do it. Lovely little T8, going to steal this one straight off the bat. That is what I like to see. 9.284 for the quarter of a mile. That's pretty good at 258 kilometers an hour. The 1 mile at 22.723 at 368 kilometers an hour. Not bad at all. Let's jump into the next one. So far, 750 credits won. We've almost covered our entry fee. We are up against another RTR Fastback again, so let's jump into that one. We've got a Dom Toretto Fast and Furious stunt car up here against the Hammerdale Stral S Thor edition. That could be quite difficult. Let's go. Here we are then, rolling up to the line. Let's check out another Mustang. It's the same car. Very, very similar, if it not exactly identical. But never mind. Let's jump in. Let's go. We got another race to win off the line. Come on, little car. Into second, into third. You can do it. I can't see him going in front of me. We're doing all right at the moment. Into fifth, way in the lead. Come on, little T8, you can do this. We are going to win this tournament, I promise. Into sixth. Are we going to lose to anyone? Hopefully not. Hopefully we're going to make it across the line. Will this be better than the last one? Bit faster on the top speed. Slower at the quarter of a mile there, definitely. Not quite as fast, but the top speed 1 kilometer an hour faster, but everything else a little bit slower. Just a little bit. Not too bad. On to the next one. Oh, now we've made money. We've made 1,250. Absolutely fantastic. But we are against the Dom Toretto Fast and Furious 1 stunt car with our Mayen T8. There is another stunt car up here against the Pagani Huayra. So let's get into it. Can we make it to the final again? There's that Dom Toretto stunt car looking absolutely fantastic. Loving that one on the line. We need to jump in though. We need to see if we can win at this tournament. Are we ready? Let's get going. Off the line. Managed to not jump it this time. Into second. Into third. Where's that Charger? I can't see it anywhere. I'm worried. Behind us. As long as it's behind us, that's all I care about. Come on, are we going to beat a Charger? Can we beat a Charger? Into 6th finally. Doing all right. Come on. Can we win this? I think we can. One last check. Then across the line. Fantastic. Is this any better than the first run there? 9.385. Still our slowest run. The same speed as the first run. A little bit slower all round though. We made it to the final though, so let's jump into that. Well, there we go. We've made loads of money back on this one already, but we are up against the Pagani Huayra in the final. This could definitely be a challenge. Let's jump into it. There's that beautiful Huayra on the start line, looking absolutely fantastic, but we don't care about that. We need to beat it. This is our second final. Can we not jump the lights and win this one? Let's go. Come on. Well, we got off the line. That's the best start in a final so far. Come on. Hopefully, we can beat this Huayra. Hopefully, fingers crossed, into 5th. We are winning at the moment. It's not necessarily mean it's going to be a final win for us, though. Can we get it in technically our worst rated car on the drag strip? I think we're going to win. Yes, we are. There we go. We finally won a tournament. I am very, very happy with that. But still, we still can't beat that first run. That first run was fantastic with a 9.284 quarter of a mile and a 22.723 for the 1 mile. Same top speed with 368 kilometers an hour. And there we go. Championship, we've won. Congratulations. Championship came to an end. Your total payout, 11,250 minus off our 1,000 for the entry fee. Makes 10,250 profit from the tournament. And I'm just so happy we finally won it. Let's get back to the garage. Let's get this one on the speeder board. And let's say goodbye to the Mayen T8. There we have it. We've reached the halfway mark of the first top 10 speeder board, or the new top 10 speeder board since the drag racing came out, with obviously my Elenti Calop in the first place there. Absolutely insane monster that was. 7.208 seconds. But anyway, the Mayen T8 with 1,046 horsepower managed to do a 9.284 quarter of a mile, which is still a very, very good speed regardless. The 1 mile is 22.723 and the top speed was 368 kilometers an hour. Officially our slowest one yet, which is a bit of a shame, but there we go. But 229 miles per hour. Still very, very good. Very pleased with it. No new pictures added, because obviously it's come in 4th place. But it has moved the Bolt Reptilia into 5th even. What a shame. But let's move on. Let's get back outside and say goodbye to this beautiful Mayen T8, because it really is absolutely fantastic. This is a beautiful, beautiful car. Well done to all the guys at Red Dot Games for getting this one in with the Drag Racing DLC. It is absolutely stunning. I really do love it. But the real question is can we make a profit from this beautiful Mayen T8? Let's jump in. Let's have a look. Let's find out. So if you stuck around for long enough at the beginning, you would have saw that I bought the car for 151,567, which was pretty good, but we could have made a profit there and then of 12,247. Obviously, we didn't do that. We worked on the car. We got it all back to shiny and 100% condition, looking absolutely fantastic. And our first tournament winner, which is amazing. But we spent 86,315 getting it there, putting the total spend on the car 237,882. But can we make a profit from this beautiful drag T8, looking stunning there? Let's jump in. Let's have a look. All 100% complete. 66,780 kilometers even. I'm really bad at talking today. Has been a long day. I do apologize. With a beautiful V10, 525 factory, now bumped up to 1,046 according to the statistics. It was 100% power increase, although I didn't agree with it. So there we go. Can we make a profit though? That is the most important thing on this channel. 330,146 is the sale price. Take away our 237,882 that we spent altogether on the car. Does leave us with a profit of 92,264 plus the 10,250 profit from winning the competition, which does put us in a very, very good profit. Just over 100,000, 102,514. Rough guess, but let me know if I'm wrong, if I'm right. Quick math, I'm not very good at it, but it is time to say goodbye to the Mayen T8. Off you go. You were definitely a lot of fun. I did enjoy that, and we did get a lot of profit we've got one more DLC car coming up, and if you've been following, you'll know which one it is. It is the Hammerdal Strahl. This is also the, if I could get the door there we go, the Thor edition. The Hammerdal Strahl S, the Thor edition. Absolutely stunning. I love this one. Only available from the Good Auction House, according to them statistics there, but not quite as good as our lovely little Mayen T8 today, but still a very good condition. Before we go, did we make a good deal on this? We did, 191,885, and I could sell it for 218 at 983, making 27,098 before we've even started. Fantastic. That does not happen very often, although it did seem with these new cars I did quite well. Maybe it's the decent auction house, gives you a good deal. The bad auction house, although you're paying for crap, gives you a worse deal, but it is what it is. The engine that comes with this one, another new engine. This is the V8 double overhead cam AXK engine, the SCRSM, with 1,014 factory horsepower. We've got a load to increase on that one in the next video. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's what we're going to be working on. Thank you all so much for watching. I do hope you did enjoy today's video. Please consider subscribing if you did. Definitely on a bit of a subscriber train. We're already up towards the 330 mark. Last time I mentioned it, we were only just over 300, so it's going very well. So thank you all if you've recently subscribed, and thank you to those of you that are going to subscribe in the future. Maybe. It would be nice if you did. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.